Thank you to Joni and Larry Jones. You can watch Lou's full interview with them online right now on the New Mexico in Focus YouTube page. That includes perspective on some of the legal difficulties that result when domestic violence victims recant their statements. We also have a variety of resources for people who might be involved in a violent domestic situation. Just look in the description of the story on our YouTube page or on social media. Finally tonight, we all watched the Rio Grande dry in Albuquerque this summer, something we'll likely see more of in the coming years as the region continues to heat up and dry out. And while we hate to see that happen, there's nothing in state law to prevent the Rio Grande from drying again or to keep people from using every last drop of water in the rest of our state's rivers. Our Land City producer Laura Paskus went to the Rio Grande to explore that issue with Audubon Southwest's Paul Tashin.
For decades, the Rio Grande downstream of Albuquerque has dried during irrigation season. Not a lot of people pay attention to that, but this summer, in July, the drying marched upstream into Albuquerque, and people noticed.
What most people probably don't realize is rivers in New Mexico don't have rights to their own waters. So the water you see flowing past, it's all meant for someone else downstream. And sometimes what that means is there's not enough water left for the river itself and the species that rely upon it.
Paul Tashin is Director of Freshwater Conservation for Audubon Southwest. Keeping water in rivers is something he thinks about a lot.
In New Mexico, like many western states, there are no inherent rights or claims that rivers have on their water. Water in New Mexico is managed on what's called the Priority Administration System, and this is like most other western states managed on a similar system. And it's a system of extraction. It's a winner-take-all kind of system. And how it works is that permits are issued for water right users until there's no water left.
In New Mexico, when dry times strike, people with the oldest water rights, senior water rights, get water first. And unless people decide to share shortages, junior or newer water rights can get cut. But the oldest users, the rivers themselves, their ecosystems, their wildlife, they can be left with nothing.
These water right permits were issued during wetter times, and they were issued under this model of prior appropriation where there are more water right permits than there is water in the system. And that was before we really started seeing the impacts of climate change.
It's clear dry riverbeds are bad for fish, cottonwood forests, all the species, including humans, who rely on them.
Dry rivers aren't good for water management itself. Just to move water down to farmers downstream or to be moving water for delivering it to our neighboring states like Texas, having a dry river is not an efficient way or an effective way to move water. So across the board, dry rivers are detrimental.
There are ways to change this.
New Mexico has developed tools to keep water in rivers within the water rights system. And I think that's really important. I mean, I criticize the priority administration system, but to dismantle it isn't feasible.
We have a strategic water reserve, which is used to keep water in rivers for rare animals protected under the Endangered Species Act. Fish like the Rio Grande silvery minnow, the Pecos blunt-nosed shiner, and the pike minnow in the San Juan River. To help those species, the state can lease water from willing farmers.
Another tool is this thing called dynamic water leasing. It's sort of a newer tool. It's being developed by irrigation districts, and it's one where the irrigation districts themselves are leasing water from willing leasees, and it's put in a similar kind of bank, stored and used for environmental purposes.
But there is so much more to do.
We're the only western state that doesn't have an environmental flow program, and it's been talked about for a long time. What an environmental flow program does is it uses the tools that I've talked about and other tools locally to try to find creative solutions. And it really shifts the game. It shifts it from when you're managing for endangered species, it's out of fear of litigation. So it leads to kind of edgy management. And I've seen this. But if you shift it to what do local communities want, what is important, what tools work in that local community, it's a much different way of managing a system. So I think that's really important. The endangered species are critical and important, but it's when you're dealing with endangered species, you're ready at a crisis point.
Once a river dries and then dries the next year and dries again, we get used to that. We accept dry or broken rivers as normal. We even stop telling stories about what a living river was like.
El Paso is pretty remarkable to see the river down there. It's basically a large concrete channel with maybe a thread of leftover sewage water or something running in its bottom. It's really, really degraded. And there's no corridor of trees around it. It's just a futuristic, concrete, post-apocalyptic kind of ditch. Versus here, we have a corridor of cottonwood and willow trees and grasslands and a flowing river. It's quite different. It's hard to go back. You can't necessarily go back. In a place like El Paso, you can't all of a sudden restore that river down there. So once it's gone, it's gone.
In New Mexico, our rivers have taken care of us for centuries, forever. And if we want to keep them, it's time for us to be giving back. For Our Land and New Mexico in Focus, I'm Laura Paskus.